Right, it's time for Showbiz Now, and Ms. G has joined me. And Ms. G, before we get on, I think we have to do some shout out to all the people out there who are crazy about the Showbiz segment. I keep on getting
a lot of
feedback
people.
all the time.
That's true, that's true.
Now, this is a favorite segment.
Okay, so thank you for always sticking with us. Now, you know that this weekend we are getting honored. When I say we talk about our own Emma Morrison is getting honored at the Glitz Women of Honor. And they started this Glitz Women of Honor today with the CEO Summit. And at the CEO Summit, the conversation, I think you saw that in business, was about gender parity and equality. And Anita Eskin, who is a broadcaster, got up to share a story that a lot of us women are familiar with in the industry, where they say when you get married at a prime age, when you're starting showbiz or you're starting this business, you lose markets.
I remember when, about 10 years ago, I got pregnant with my daughter, and in this industry, you are what you look like, you know, where you stand. Hopefully, if you're not married, you are more marketable. I say that with all due respect. And I remember my male colleagues in the industry saying, hey, Charlie, off the market, Charlie, you are finished, though. Literally. And, you know, I had a huge belly. I was still doing my TV shows. But even more shocking than the men openly saying, oh, this one, dear, you finished me that. Were the women saying, how could you make that decision at the beginning of your career? The women asking me, how could you allow yourself to get married just as you're becoming a hot one? How could you allow yourself to become so big because you know that what sells you in this industry is how you look? So essentially, my question is, how many of our leading women are encouraging our young women to make decisions based on a well thought through personal decision? If you, young lady, you want to get married and have children, what is your female mentor encouraging you to do? I am blessed to consistently be surrounded by women who tell me the truth. I always haven't been that blessed because when I started in my career, no leading woman wanted to show me the ropes. So I had to learn the hard way. And in many instances, I had to act like a tomboy so that the boys and whatever it is wouldn't bully me.
Yeah, well, an interesting conversation there.
Very interesting conversation. Ben,
so you say this is real.
Very,
you can identify.
Real. Yeah, very.
Is that why you're refusing to get pregnant?
I'm not here for interrogation, but it can never. I don't know. We will not even.
Okay, I got you on that. Admit that I got you on that one.
Well, he didn't. But it's part of the reason, though. Yeah, like thinking, hey, what will happen to my career and all that. I know people who know me know that I say that all the time, but it's actually an issue. But away from that, let's talk about the 3 people who were present at Patapa's Norway
3
show.
people. It wasn't 3.
Okay,
please.
So now we're hearing that it's 16. But first of all, let's hear his manager on why Patapa was so angry when he got to Kotoka. Apparently, he didn't count the number of people.
This is an European show, and the show wasn't organized at the park. It's a hall, and the hall, the maximum people, according to the promoter, is about 400 people. You understand? But it's kind of like a restaurant, something. So people were seated, like at their own tables, their own places, and somewhere else standing.
So how many people were there?
For me, I didn't really count. Yeah.
How many people did you hear were there, if you couldn't count?
Did I hear? I was there myself, so I'm not going to hear.
No, what I'm saying is that since you didn't count, how many people were you told were in attendance?
I didn't ask the promoter about it, but I saw people around. There were people around.
On top of your head, how many people, in your estimation, how many people were there?
I was under pressure, so I can't really, figure out or guess. Yeah.
Hold on. Which pressure were you under?
No, because whenever your artist is supposed to perform, you have to, make sure everything is on point. So, I was going here and there, so,
Okay, so that was Patapa's manager, the manager he traveled with. So let's now hear the promoter.
No, but before then, I think it's important to clear this up. I mean, you can be under pressure. If you have your artist who's performing and there are just 3 people he's performing to, when you're expecting 400, okay. When there's 16 people.
He says the other people were seated.
Okay, you'll certainly be under pressure.
Well, let's hear the promoter tell us how many people, and this is how he puts it.
The promoter said he will transfer the money to me on Monday. because the money is in the account and then it's weekend, so he can't. And then I asked Freebody, what do we do? Freebody, the only thing Freebody said was, okay, Nana, so what about your whole problem? Name Momonad of the day. It's you that magic can I then.
True.
I said, yeah, you are right. So we went ahead and then we started with the show. As we got to the hall, upon entering the event hall, I saw 16 people. I was like, wow.
How did you know they were 16?
I counted. I have everything on my phone because I'm a promoter and so I know what I do. I took footages of everything, every pictures, the people who were there. So as I entered and I saw the 16 people, including the promoter himself, making 70, I was like, wow, this guy is not going to pay us.
And so that's why Patapaa got back to Ghana very furious. You know, he performed to 17 people, yet he wasn't paid.
Including the promoter.
Yes, so 16 people, not 3 people. Maybe the rest of how many? 60 minus 3, that's about 13 people. There were those seated that we didn't.
No, but okay, let's also count the people who were in charge of the, mounting the place, the restaurant workers.
So you mean the 3 people were the only people
they came for the show?
They're the ones dancing in front of him. Anyway, so everybody has been talking about Don Jazzy getting married. Don Jazzy is a Nigerian record label boss. And every time you see Don Jazzy take a picture of Rihanna and Photoshop it by him and say that that's his wife, he wants to marry Rihanna just to get Rihanna's attention. But why isn't Don Jazzy married? He says he's got trust issues.
I know that there's nothing. I know that probably will never meet her in my life or whatever. Even if I meet her.
No, what? Why won't you meet her? What? Do you know who you are? It's because you don't want to meet her yet now. A whole assembly.
I cut your clothes according to your size, Jerry. So I can just be doing the whole Instagram, tagging her, disturbing myself.
But it really means nothing. Yeah.
It's just brands, you know.
So you really haven't found anybody that you'd say, oh, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with?
Oh no, there are a lot of amazing people.
A lot of amazing people.
Of course.
Of course there are a lot of amazing people.
But that's why I can't pick one.
Wow. Wow.
I
mean, you know, a guy of your status will actually find it more difficult because you don't.
Is it my status? So
okay, so do you have trust issues?
My status.
Do you have trust issues?
But I feel like even if I wasn't doing that, I probably would be the same thing.
Really? You think so?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I feel like I probably still be the same.
So what is there in a woman that you'd be like when you see it? This will be it for you. Ladies, pay attention.
I like different things in different women.
Okay, I want to know.
You know, incidentally, I know this young Ghanaian designer, Papa Opong, who actually is followed by Rihanna.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they DM.
Oh, I see. Then he should get in touch with.
Yeah, so probably I should speak with him.
Yeah, so that he helps Don Jazzy get Rihanna's attention, and that will be it. Maybe she would consider him.
Yeah.
But until then, he says you just need to come natural as you're giving birth to. So if you're interested and you want to file an application, make sure you don't do makeups, no hair, no artificial nails, nothing artificial. Just go as you're made.
Except you're off the market.
Yeah,
you're off the market.
And who are you referring to?
You.
At least I was interested in Don Jazzy.
Well, at least you're on the market. All right, thank you very much, Ms. G, for bringing us showbiz.